So I'm working with a minolta, and of course I've turned the camera on, right? And my current setting, I have this set at 1.7 as my aperture. And if I want to change my shutter speed times, I'm going to put it just to see what happens. I'm going to put it at 8. So how do I know how to find the right settings? Well, I'm going to look through the viewfinder and let's see if I can focus in here. It takes a little bit of practice, but I've gotten pretty good at this. There we go. So I can't see all the viewfinder, but I can see what I need to see. I can see there's a list of all my shutter speed times. So if I press the shutter release button, which is over here, not all the way down, I don't want to actually take a photo, but I'm going to press this button halfway down just to kind of activate what's inside. What I should see when I look inside is I'm seeing now 2 steady lights by 125 and 60, and I can see that 8 is blinking. Well, 8 is where I currently have my shutter speed time at, and the 125 and 60 are recommended times, or recommended exposure times. So if I move my shutter, you can see that's, I'm moving it down to 4, so I'm going to move it back up to like 60 now, and the blinking is still there, but it's basically telling me, oops, I accidentally took a picture, that I should either be at 60 or 125 to get a good exposure time. It's pretty simple. Now, what makes it more complicated is if I decide to change my aperture, that's going to affect exposure. So if I alter this, let me pause. So I originally had my aperture at 1.7 and I just changed it to 8. Well, 8 is a considerably smaller aperture setting than 1.7 is. So if I come in here and turn this on again, well, that's interesting. It's giving me the same times again. Oh no, it's not. Notice now it's blinking at 60 because that's where I currently had it. But the stable light, which was originally, let me get this back in focus. There we are. The stable light, which was originally at 60 or 125, is now at 4. So what it's telling me is that because I changed my aperture, I need to bump this down to 4. And that's my new exposure time, which is really slow, which means I'm in tripod territory. Actually, at 60, I was in tripod territory. At 125, I could kind of get away with things, but once you get into 60 or lower, that's tripod territory. So, of course, I would go ahead and take my photo after I focused and everything and set up my shot. And then when I'm all done, I would make sure that I turn my camera off so I don't run out the battery.